I was with KSI Press, and I'm here with Rafa Garcia, who's coming off his first UFC win against Natan Levy. How are you?
Good, good, good. I'm happy to be here with you.
So, coming off your first UFC win, how does that sound?
Man, it's awesome. Been training, working so hard for it, and finally it came. Um, been to go. For every camp I go out like from my comfort zone. I go 2 months out to Colorado, and I was over there. So I'm just glad that everything's paying off.
So, man, it's been 9 days since your fight. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I feel like all the bruises they're gone already. Last week I had like a few bruises from kicking, from punching. Like normal. But I feel good, ready to go, ready for the next one.
Did you have any injuries?
No, not really. Just had like a little. I don't know if it was like a little eye poke, like got like a little blood vessel in my eye, like popped or something. Like my eye's a little bit red. That's about it.
Gotcha. How did you feel about your performance?
I felt good. I feel like there's always room for improvement. There's after watching the tape, I'm like, man, I should have done this. I should have done that. Could have done a little bit more. But I feel good. Got the win. That's the most important. But I would say there's always room for improvement. There's always room to make progression to, because my main goal in every fight is to always try go in there and try to finish the fight. So I feel like got a lot of work to work on.
If you could take one thing from that fight, what would it be?
I feel like I should have finished that fight. Feel like I should have gone for the finish a little bit more.
Um, so, for anyone that doesn't know your story, how did you get into mixed martial arts?
I started when I was 13 years old. My dad kind of like brought me into MMA. He just wanted me like to kind of scare me a little bit, but like, hey, like people like you can't be fighting people in the streets or just like getting the street fight stuff like that. Like there's some people that actually train for that. There's boxers, there's wrestlers, there's like different martial arts that you don't know about. And I was like, oh, all right. Like I just started just being a little stubborn little boy. And when he took me into the gym, I like it was kind of like of an eye opener because I went in there and I got my ass kicked. That I came out of the gym with a fever, like I was like shaking. I was like, I don't know, like it was just like something else. Like everybody kicked my ass, and just working out, just doing all the warm ups with everybody was crazy. And instead of getting scared, I liked it. I fell in love with it and made it my job.
That's awesome to hear, Matt. That's like super inspiring. Um, I wanted to go back to your UFC debut. Was it on 4 days' notice?
Uh, yeah, I think yeah, it was yeah, cause I got think no, it was I think it was, yeah, 4 day notice because they told me Wednesday. Yeah, because I remember Cup told me that he found out like Wednesday at like at 12, like at 12, like barely like 12 a.m. or something like that. And he didn't want to text me because he wanted me to sleep good because he's like he's not gonna sleep good through all those days because he's gonna be cutting a lot of weight. I cut like 22 pounds in those 3 days. So he was like he's not gonna be able to sleep good, so I better let him sleep.
You cut 22 pounds.
Yeah, 22 pounds.
God.
Yeah, that was the hardest part.
What was there a thought in your head, or your a thought in your head or your coach's head to not take the fight, especially because you were fighting someone as highly touted as Nazareth?
No, no. When Cup saw, I told Cup like whatever comes up, like I'm gonna be ready. I'll drop the weight, whatever weight I have to drop, and we'll be ready. Especially with somebody like Nazar. He was a good name for me to go in there. Like, I felt like I gave a good show. The fight was, and I didn't feel like it kicked my ass. I feel like I went in there and it was like pretty close. So I got kind of gassed out. Because it was 3 day notice. I'm by the third round, I kind of gassed out for like I got the first one, he got the second one, the third one. He got it because he had a little more air, but I felt like it was a good name for me. I had like every I would have it would have been done if I would have taken that fight.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Most fighters just want an opportunity to get in, right? And that was
Yeah,
an opportunity.
yeah,
Um,
that was my case right there. I wanted to get in.
so you ended up losing, right? And it was a great fight. That was your first professional loss. What were the emotions like after that fight?
Oh man, I mean, I wasn't happy, but I knew I had to go. Instead of making excuses, being like, "Oh, it was a short notice, it was this and that." I look for solutions. I talked to Cup, and we both decided that I had to go to Colorado and go train over there because there's a lot of people on my weight class over there. So I went over there to Team Elevation, and I did my camps over there, and it's been great after that.
And then so 4 months later, you fight Chris, and then you end up losing streak. What were the emotions like there? And I guess were there any thoughts in your head that were like, do I really belong here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like do those thoughts come into your head?
I mean, I never thought about that, but I mean, I was just like, man, I got to do a little bit better, you know? I mean, um, I felt like I was going in there with the head. I was thinking just like, man, I got to go in there and try to finish somebody. So I was feel like I was being over aggressive and just trying to get that UFC win, and not only just get that UFC win, but try to make it like an impressive way, make it a highlight or something, you know? So I went in there with that head, with that mindset. And I was just like, man, like, I sat down and come to me like, at this level, like, you got to break people little by little. Like, everybody's tough. Everybody has been tested. So you got to go in there, break them little by little. You can't just go in there, try to finish the fight like from round one. Like, even if you go in there with the best cardio, like, you're human. Like if you go in there to like try to throw everything like super hard and you never get like that little chance to recover, like breathe and stuff like that, you're gonna get tired. So I mean, I feel like I changed my camp a little bit, like my mindset, like, okay, go in there, but be smarter, be a smarter fighter. So that's the only thing I changed in my training camp and everything. Just try to be a little bit smarter.
So then your third fight, Natan Levy, somewhat of a hyped prospect, right? Did you feel like you were being brought in for him to make a name off of you?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like they wanted me to use me a little bit for that, but I mean, that didn't matter to me. In my mindset, I knew I was better than him. I just knew I just knew I had to be smarter, you know, because like I told you, like at this level, like everybody's tough, like everybody has been tested. So I just had to be smarter than him because I knew I was better than him. Um, I knew that once he couldn't like do damage on me, like with the striking, that he was gonna try to kind of grapple me. So and I knew I was better grappler than him. So that was my game plan there, like try like to get in his face, like make it dirty, you know, get him tired. And I feel that's what I did.
Were you nervous before the fight?
I mean, I don't feel like I don't know about nervous, but I mean, there's always that little, I don't know. Well, maybe just like I was fighting for my job, you know. That's the only thing I can say. I was I don't know if nervous because I feel like that's not nerves, but I was just concerned a little bit, you know. I mean, I was in a losing streak, two fights in the UFC with 2 fights losing streak, and the UFC is not good, you know. So I was practically fighting for my job.
And you saved your job. What'd you do after the fight?
Oh man, we like we wouldn't we me and my corner went to go eat. Like, had to get some good foods, and I mean, just enjoy, and we were all happy, you know. Like, cause I mean, I feel like I worked so hard, and just like my last 2 fights, I feel like it didn't go my way for one or another reason. But I mean, I'm just happy I got that win.
You mentioned going up and training with Colorado. Well, what was the link there? How did you get linked up with them?
Cup kind of like he talked to Coach Trevor and Justin Gaethje and told him that he had somebody that he thought that was going to be like a good training partner for them, and they were like, yeah, you can come in and train over here. So I just went out there and trained with Gaethje. We became good friends, and like felt like we've been helping each other a lot. So I mean, it's been good, you know.
How is it training with Trevor and Justin?
I was great. Trevor's such a great coach. He's always helping. He's always so helpful and so nice. You know, he always puts in that right mentality. Like he makes you feel like you're the greatest fighter ever. You know, the way he talks to you, like, I don't know, he's an awesome coach. Gaethje, I mean, he's like another mentor, just like Cub. Like he's always mentoring me, like, hey, do this, do that, like, don't do that. Like, always trying like to guide me like to the right path, you know, and just like being helpful, you know, so helpful. Like, he's always looking for my best interest too. So, I mean, I really appreciate it, Gaethje.
Are you going to be doing your future fight camps with them?
Yeah, I'll be doing my next for my next fight. I'll be doing camp over there with them again.
So, and are you training with Team Elevation or just Trevor Whitman?
I'm training with Team Elevation, and Gage 2 at Onyx. We've been training there, and I'm also training with Justin Holton. He's one of my striking coach. So we've been working like a little bit here, a little bit, but mostly with Team Elevation.
Awesome. Where did Gifted come from?
My first coach gave me that nickname. He was just like, man, like people are talented, but you're like pretty strong. You're gifted. He told me, and so he just kind of gave me that name. I was like, all right, I'll go with it.
It is a good one. It is a good one. Combate is really thriving in the ratings department. I wanted you to kind of reflect on your time there.
I mean, I feel like when I was with Combate, they were always good for me, with me. I mean, but I felt like I did what I had to do there. Became champion. I defended my title. When I defended my title, I went with the guy that fought like an 8-man tournament thing. So, I mean, I feel like I beat 8 people at the same time when I faced him. So I was like, okay, I'm done. I mean, my goal was always to be in the UFC and try to become a UFC champion. So that has always been my goal. So I felt like it was time just to move on. That Combate gave me a good. We had a good relationship.
And then Bloodline. How did you get hooked up with Bloodline management?
Monty and Cub, they're the managers right there. I was with Kami. He was our old manager, and he passed away last year. And they took over, and they've been taking care of us. I mean, it's more like a loyalty thing. I mean, we've been me being loyal to Cup and to Monty, that they've helped me, and they've been with me like since the beginning. Kami and Cup has done so much for me. So I mean, I'm just thankful and loyal to them.
Finally, you ended your 2021 on strong. What's your plan for 2022?
I mean, keep try to climb up that rankings. I mean, to get like 3 more fights in, and then hopefully I can get a top rank opponent or something. That's the goal. Try to get up there to be the champ.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Rafa. It's an honor to talk to you, and I can't wait for your next fight. If you want to plug your social media, plug your sponsors, the floor is yours.
Thank you everybody for all the support. Thank you for having me here, and my social media is Rafa Gifted 1. Give me a follow.